Stunning and emotional, director James Mangold has crafted something both expected and thought-provoking. A deconstruction of a beloved icon, an absolute rock star within his own mythology, who's fallen victim to time and heartache. Dial of Destiny is complete with humor that pops, action that satisfies, and cinematography that had me enamored from beginning to end. Harrison Ford has not lost a beat, and he successfully brings a new level of emotion to the character that has not been seen until now. It truly feels like a faithful continuation of the story without being weighed down by the style of filmmaking from the original trilogy. The action is so much more dynamic and the settings are so much more realized, yet it still retains that charm and sense of adventure that made the brand so popular to begin with. The only real downside is the lack of originality within the script. Aside from a few interesting themes and sequences, the film plays out just about how you would expect. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it becomes very predictable because of its cliché screenplay. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not effective. When characters need an emotional arc, they get it, and the film successfully sticks that landing. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a wonderful goodbye for the character, a satisfying adventure that's both heartbreaking and heartwarming, yet still retains that silly over-the-top fun from the original trilogy. The writing is pretty derivative, but the passion displayed from the cast and crew on screen pulsates within every second of the film's runtime, bookending an amazing run with an emotional farewell to Hollywood's most recognizable adventurer. The Super Mario Bros. Movie skimps out on plot, but does everything else so perfectly, the energy, the humor, the animation, that it's hard to overlook.
Here we go!
Chris Pratt surprisingly crafts a compelling character that neither comes across stupid or annoying, but Jack Black is the true MVP. What a legend.
My army! Koopas! Goombas! Whatever those things are!
This all culminates in a colorful and riveting adventure with some of our favorite characters from our childhoods. Illumination has built this movie off the foundation of the fandom, and their hard work has resulted in the true epitome of a feel-good movie.
Yes! You asked for it! This is fun!
While watching Fast X, I was honestly surprised with the amount of energy packed into this film. The action, albeit extremely implausible, is so engaging and fun that I couldn't help but grin like a moron for the entirety of the runtime. Like most of these films, I felt like I traveled the world and left a Hot Wheels path of destruction behind me. It's an untamed spectacle that can't truly be described, only experienced.
Never accept death when suffering is owed.
Is it for everybody? No, of course not. The over-seriousness of the familial melodrama combined with the wackiness of literally everything else could be a massive turnoff. For me, however, and I'm sure millions more across the globe, that's what makes it work so wonderfully. And the cast and studio know it. That's why literal Oscar winners keep showing up to be in these things, because they are the definition of the big summer blockbuster. Even though they are so over the top, they circle all the way back around to being endearing, thrilling, and a visual treat. Fast X being no exception. Colorful, creatively vibrant, and filled with soul, Elemental is a wonderful new addition from Pixar, proving once again that they are the true shepherds of high-quality storytelling in the animated genre.
And fire? As ordered. We run a little hot.
They have yet again created a simple but inspiring tale for all ages that works both as a coming-of-age comedy and a love story that is Shakespearean in nature. The characters are fun and charming, and the animation is so incredible to look at, definitely deserving of the big screen viewing experience. As a full package, Elemental is delightful in every sense of the word. A classic feel-good movie that's both simple and philosophically deep, diving headfirst into forbidden interracial love and unraveling unfair expectations within the cultural perspective.
Those are too hot.
I love hot food.
You see? He likes it.
Some will complain that some scenes drag on for too long, and don't get it confused, the movie is insanely long for what it is, but those slower scenes are performed with such exquisite gravitas and shot to perfection that it's hard not to be blown away with what's on screen. Although there is some room for improvement in the emotional aspects of the film, John Wick Chapter 4 is peak craftsmanship, and undoubtedly one of the best action movies ever made. Funny, thrilling, and surprisingly poignant, Honor Among Thieves is everything blockbusters of late have been trying to be. The chemistry amongst the cast is stellar, and the fight scenes are John Wick level satisfying, albeit somewhat far and few between. The wit of the script, however, shines in every minute, creating some true gut-busting laughs that I haven't had in a movie in a long time.
Once the dead man is revived, we can ask him 5 questions, at which point he will die again, never to be re-revived.
Were you killed in the Battle of the Evermores?
Yes.
4 more questions, right?
Yes.
Did that count as a question?
Yes.
Only answer when I talk to you, okay?
Yes.
Why did you say okay at the end of that?
I didn't.
It is also very well directed. It won't be the prettiest film of the year, but it definitely has some great one-shots and transitions with decent enough visual effects to make the fantastical world feel properly realized. Paramount is on a roll, and like last year's Top Gun Maverick, this film in its own way is a perfectly fun time at the movies. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant comes across as surface level as it gets, but underneath is a well-crafted and intentioned work of art showcasing that despite all that is wrong in the world, a simple brotherhood can be a bridge between two vastly opposing cultures.
There is a hook in me. Ahmed and his family are in trouble. We can't intervene. I am gonna have to get him out myself.
The cast is fantastic, delivering tense and emotional performances, and Ritchie pulls way back on his overly stylized cinematography and editing to really allow the film to captivate the audience as much as it can. It may be a story that we've seen before, but the way it's told in the post-Afghan US era is a very important statement that those abroad that have fought with us and for us, putting their families' lives on the line, need the recognition and sanctuary that they deserve.
You think I have a choice? There is no choice.
No, I won't back down.
Rise of the Beasts is an incredible return to form for the titular characters. Whether it is from the surprisingly funny banter between the characters, or the energy and creativity infused into the action scenes. Our new human leads carry their roles in this larger-than-life story with tenacity, having unique skills and knowledge that work symbiotically with their robot companions, who are indisputably the focus of the film. For the first time, not only do the robots take the spotlight, but they make up the majority of the character building. On a technical aspect, the CGI for the most part is pretty remarkable, the best being within the final act where all the plot threads converge into an all-out war. It's nothing short of a colossal spectacle. My favorite, however, is when the film slows down, allowing for incredible cinematography to capture beautiful sunsets around snow-capped mountaintops or fog-filled valleys with complex river systems. The cherry on top is the visual effects feel like they're rendered so seamlessly, it's as if these fantastical beings are actually real.
Stand down! I won't ask a second time.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts is a perfect example of well-crafted blockbuster entertainment, and if the franchise continues down this path, it is in good hands and will undoubtedly be one of the greatest redemptions in cinematic history.
Roll out! Maximals, maximize!
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a riveting journey with emotional storytelling and an art style somehow even more beautiful than its predecessor, showcasing unparalleled talent and care with every frame of its record-breaking 2-hour and 16-minute runtime. In this story, we discover new pathways through the multiverse, stopping through realities that get exponentially more and more crowded every passing minute.
All stations, stop Spider-Man!
Thankfully, we experience it from Miles' point of view. If we didn't, it would quickly dissolve into a migraine-inducing collection of Easter eggs. Oddly enough, however, it is not the destinations and overarching story that is the most engaging in this film. It is Miles and his discovery of how he fits into all of it, and how it may or may not derail the relationships he cherishes most. This creates a sense of tension and emotional stakes that have not been present in an animated film in a long time.
In every other universe, Gwen Stacy falls for Spider-Man. And in every other universe, it doesn't end well.
The energy of this film is unmatched, which also leads it into being a bit of a mess. But like most of the famous paintings in history, no matter how convoluted and messy they seem on the surface, underneath there are nuances and beauty with every drop that ever touched the canvas. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a work of art, a true animated masterpiece that will transcend the genre into something greater.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is one of the best films Marvel has ever produced. The script is witty and joyful, creating hilarious scenarios for our favorite Guardians to banter amongst one another.
Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude?
No! Ow! Hey!
However, it is also incredibly dark, delving deep into some of their backstories that include some of the most vile and sinister acts ever put to screen in a Marvel film thus far. This creates an excellent balance which is even further complemented by James Gunn's direction. The colors are vibrant, the camera angles are dynamic, and the action is some of the best ever put to screen. But the best aspect of his craft is when he pulls it all in for the emotional gut punches that leave you grasping for air, getting the most out of the usually comedic cast. Gunn also has a unique style to portray some of the darker and unexpected aspects of the film. Some of the imagery is so beautifully disturbing that you can't help but feel violated and uneasy. In these moments is where the cast and the film overall excels the most. It's not something that you can easily prepare yourself for, it's sometimes truly horrific in nature, dipping its toes into a steampunk dystopian reality, including full body mutilation and the unrelenting abuse of the innocent.
Someday, I'm gonna make great machines that fly. And me and my friends are gonna go flying together into the forever and beautiful sky. Lila, and Teefs, and Flora, and me. Rocket.
Rocket.
The film is both a sci-fi comedy and a sickening tragedy, and by the time the story draws to a close, it's bittersweet. A true masterpiece in filmmaking that will leave you weeping, cheering, and laughing. A testament to the talent of everyone involved, and a perfect conclusion to a beloved trilogy.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
Thanks for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking, subscribing, and sticking around. I do movie reviews and box office reports every single week, so if you don't want to miss that, you know what to do.